Welcome back to the show. If you want to get in touch with us, this is the best way to do it. You can tweet us at TVNTTYK, the email ttyk@tvn.com.au or puntersparadise.com.au.
You're getting so good at that.
So you blokes who took $1.50, I stuffed that up. Now,
I was taking shorter odds than $1.50.
Bit of action on Sunday. It was all at Caulfield. Nick, Peter Mooney and Moment of Change did the right thing in the Sir Rupert Clarke for the punters who were on $5 into $4.40.
Yeah, pretty good odds in hindsight, which is always a wonderful thing on the punt. But Moody's had a huge opinion of this horse, who's been luckless in a few Sydney runs this campaign. Took him back to Paradise to run in Melbourne, and as we can see here, got the job done. From the much improved, We're Gonna Rock.
You turn the corner here, the speed wasn't flash, but he just had the suck run in behind Mr. Make Believe. Thought there were some good runs in the race, but the winner was impressive because if you look at Mr. Make Believe going backwards here, nothing really making ground here.
Yes, it's but very much a position race. You've got to get into the right position in this sort of race. I was talking through the kick because I was on pinwheel and was stuck 3 wide, no cover the trip.
All day at Caulfield. Once it was nice and firm, a good 3 in the morning. It was very hard to make up ground.
But that's the standard procedure.
You go through all the races at Caulfield there on Sunday, and your dead set had to be in the first 5 or 6. It didn't matter how quick or slow they were going.
Yeah,
it was very hard to make ground.
Okay, here's an email. Hi, gentlemen. What are some of the panel's thoughts on betting in the big Group 1 handicaps? I love betting in them for the obvious reasons, says Jack. But do you guys think they are better left alone?
No, definitely not better left alone.
We've got the best one this week, or one of them.
Yeah, the Epsom. I think they're fantastic. The Doncaster every year is one of the best betting races in Australia, and it just gives you a way of having a better horse lining up against some horses that may not be as good as them, but you still get some good value about the better horse because they've got to carry the big weight. And if you like something with 52 kilos or even less, you get an opportunity to beat the better horses.
But you don't know until the declarations whether you're going to get a start. So betting pre-post is somewhat difficult because they've got to get into the race.
There's still plenty of value. Like
Pierre to tear in the Epsom.
Yeah, not much value.
But there's a fine line between this. You've got to look at a horse that's probably on the way up and is likely to get there compared to horses who are just throwing darts.
You can't help those that won't help themselves. I think you said for 3 straight weeks, Brenny boy, he wasn't going to run in that race.
He's a little all up, and now it's one of those how stiff are my tickets that I can pull out of my wallet and show you.
But I think for the punters, the Epsom, the Metrop is a race where but you don't bore in. I mean, I think there's some value there. You just sort of pick the eyes out of it, and I'm sort of a fan, as I say, of having 2 or 3 runners going for you on the day. At the good number, the good price.
You've got to get the
price.
And it's always about the weight. The top weight's rarely, in case of More Joyce, was a 1 in a million.
Exactly.
But normally the bottom weights get a fair run into it.
Exactly.
Epaulet, anybody scared of Epaulet if they've taken early markets in terms of the Caulfield Guineas?
No.
Had the head all over the place and didn't want to run past the thing on the inside.
I still think he's got a bit of improvement to head towards the Caulfield Guineas, but pretty good run there, Quinny.
It was a super run, and Snowden said after the race that he loves chasing something down, but then once he hits the front, he sort of pulls up a bit. So, as we can see here, Starlani kicked away, and he reeled in Starlani, but then sort of put the cue in the rack. So, if he wants something to chase, he's certainly going to get it with Piero.
Let go Linny, I think, wasn't it?
Let go Linny, sorry. Let go Linny.
I heard that Epaulet was really wound up for that Golden Rose, so will he continue to the Caulfield?
Definitely. He's definitely going to the Caulfield Guineas. Peter Snowden,
that's it?
Yeah, I can't imagine him going much further than that. Caulfield Guineas was the race that they've set him for. They wanted to peak at his 4th run.
Well, so if he's there and Prasier's not there and Kabayan's apparently not there,
All Too Hard will be there. Ashokan will probably be there.
So you're going to have $1.46, $21? No.
It won't be that the market, but
what will he start, Piero? What will he start?
120.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty sure.
120, and we'll win. Was that Awesome Bro flying home for 3rd?
Yes.
It was, yeah. Good run.
So 120, and that'll be our first leg of the quaddie.
No, it won't be. Oh,
they might have to steer clear of having it as a leg of the quaddie.
What, are you surprised by 120, Russell?
Yeah, I personally, I don't know if he'd be 120. I probably that 140 price is probably
what
about
was Helmet?
He wasn't that short. He was $1.80, I think, $1.90.
Well, and it was $2.80 on Monday as well. They backed him all week, so he was $2.80 in.
But $2.80 Piero.
He's a much. But that was a stronger race.
11 days.
There's no Manawanui. There's no Turak Toff in this race either.
I tell you what, the form line. If you don't beat Miss More Joyce, you can certainly turn around and win something else if you avoid her. Not Johnny O'Shea, David Van Dyke did it brilliantly with Miss Marks.
Big win.
In the Testarossa. She was 5 and 6 wide. And here she wasn't going to run in the top 4. How she stuck on and came again is beyond me, Quinny.
Not bad for not a bad win, considering that apparently they were all leading and winning all day. This looks to me like they was a swooping down the outside.
But it wasn't swooping. She was still up. She was 4th around the turn. They were hardly coming from well back.
McClintock.
McClintock
they went along.
That's Laurie Ray on board. She probably needed sat-nav to get to Caulfield.
Well, McClintock back from Singapore. Wouldn't that be some sort of a win? But there was lots of hard luck stories in the race, but full credit to the winner. Frank the more joyous form, not that it really need franking, but will be hard to beat again wherever it goes next start.
Well, where does she go next start?
Oh, but I think they'd find a nice Group 2 or Group 3 race for a mare.
Not the Turek?
Nah, I don't think she could line up into. She'd flat out run a mile. That'd be her absolute maximum for mine.
Let's go and have a look at this Twitter response at TVNTTYK. Experts giving Armagh Rock more chances than a cheating boyfriend. Stop for giving back markers in big fields. Miss marks the best in the field for the day. Let's have a look at what we're talking about. We might see the Armagh Rock run yet again, Quinny, and you can point out whether and why it's in the same soft sand stable as the unlucky back me again next time type of run.
Armagh Rock was heavily back going into this race. Peter Morgan was very confident the horse would be winning. Bombed the start from there, had absolutely no luck.
There's Bossy, last in the white cap orange, or second last.
And look at just working through now, trying to get clear running, and just when it's about to get clear galloping room and flash into the placings, gets checked again. A complete forgive run, a black booker, stick with it next start.
Is it normally a back marker?
No, it bombed the start. It wasn't meant to be that far back. So as soon as it bombed the start, sort of the toys were out the window and it was in all sorts of froth and bubble.
I was surprised it came up as short as it did, but even of the big first up run, because I've seen it right there. What was it? Was it Flemington one day? You remember that time? It looked like you couldn't get enough on it on the turn.
Even at Moonee Valley last start, it probably looked like it was the one to beat with 50 metres to go and didn't quite win. But look, classy galloper, and I know Russ likes sacking these horses that have no luck.
I'm a big sacker.
Yeah, and then you're going to take unders because you've got to stick with them. You've got to forgive Russ.
You've got to stick there.
We'll have a look at our sackers and backers a little bit later on.
You're a quick sacker.
I tell you what I am on board with is the Super Saturday this week at Royal Randwick. Big couple of days racing in both states, but particularly at Royal Randwick. The Star Epsom, 4 Group 1 races. Of course, that's a $500,000 race. It's the final day of the Go Racing for Real promotion. $15,000 up for grabs. That's 5% of the winner's prize money in the Epsom, and there's 16 or 18 in the race. Now, all GA tickets are sold out, so you've got to go to Ticketek, buy one of the Corona Beach Casa infield paddock tickets, $20. And,
looked as though it was rocking there a fortnight ago.
A life membership to that joint, apparently.
No, unfortunately, I'm at Randwick working and didn't get a chance to head across to the Corona Beach Casa infield party, but it did look like plenty of fun.
Theraces.com.au is the website to go to as we head to another break here on Talking Through Your Kick.